Now, to give you an idea, I have, well, 5 minutes spare, and I finished the design for Gardener's World Live. It's incredibly exciting. Let me show you around. So the theme is reliving your childhood. What I wanted to do was introduce childlike things, but make them feel adults. This is really kind of cool crossover. In every little nook and cranny, there's something that would remind you of your childhood, but you go, oh, it feels a bit more grown up and it's in a sophisticated garden. So I started off with a giant whopping model railway all the way through. I've never seen that in Gardener's World, so thought that'd be interesting. The model railway goes over 2 bridges, one of which starts over here, then works its way around underneath the waterfall. You've got to have a water feature, it's a garden. And then it goes through this really cool little toy wooden blocks. I don't know whether to colour them or not. I think I'm just going to keep them a nice kind of stained oak, but for now, that's how they look. They go underneath this tunnel, which goes underneath this bridge. Now, if you've ever seen a border before, Gardeners World, very pretty, but I've never seen anyone be able to actively go over it on a bridge. So we're going to be a first anyway. And then you come out through this tunnel down the bottom over here, around my bronze Little Tikes cast statue. I definitely don't think anyone's ever done this before. Train track goes all the way around under another bridge and over a bridge as well, should I say, back to where it was. Yeah, it's kind of fun, it's kind of playful. Hopefully they accept it. But all I know is I've got a couple minutes to submit it before the deadline. So wish me luck. Oh crap. There's a whole application form I need to fill in. Now, over the last few weeks, I've been clearing out this space and it looks a lot better. In fact, it's incredibly tidy, which just makes life a lot easier for me, especially when I'm designing a brand new garden. I've got my blank canvas. We've sorted out the garden design, which means I can now start to map out where everything's going to go. There is a little bit here that I need to clear out, and then we'll move to phase 2. The lawn mowing bit was starting to take a bit of time, so I had an idea that might be able to change that. I've had a bit of a brainwave when it comes to this lawnmower. Whilst I'm collecting things in the back basket, it's great, but I have to keep emptying it, and that's just annoying. So what I thought I'd do is lift this up, take this stick, and then place that in there. And that way then, it just chucks it out in the back, which is, well, it's gonna save me surely without having to empty a basket. I can just mulch it down. I mean, what could really go wrong? As it happens, quite a few things could go wrong. What I hadn't accounted for is that the grass had to be fired somewhere, and that somewhere, unfortunately, was my own legs. But it wasn't just grass I was hitting. There were a lot of rocks. Ah! Ow! 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 Ha! Ow! Ow! I'm getting covered! Ow! Ow! Now that you've seen my genius and absolutely pain-free way of clearing up your grass, I can carry on with the hard work, which is marking out where all the individual areas are as per the design. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some spray paint so I can see roughly where everything is, and then I can mark it out with string afterwards. But I find spray paint's a little bit more permanent for this, and it'll give me a good idea of the space. So let's crack on. What I'm using here is known as a line marker, and it's incredibly handy. What I've done here is I've been quite smart, and I've put a nice long piece of timber here so that I can keep a nice straight line when I'm spraying. What I didn't do though was measure it 45 centimeters away from the middle, so none of that's right. Having measured it correctly and now placing the wood exactly at 45 centimeters, I could do this properly and once again spray where I probably should have been spraying. And for the sake of good television, I thought I'd cover the evidence. No one needs to know. Having moved on from evidence tampering, I then measured another 45 centimeters, which would make it exactly 90 centimeters in the path, which is a good width for a path. Now, if you remember in the design, there was a big circle in the center and that had the water feature on it. And I know it's exactly 2 meters wide all the way around. So what I've done is this here, this X is my center of the garden and that's where it's gonna be. And to get a perfect circle, I've got myself some twine. All I'm gonna do is measure this out about 1 meter long, cut it, I'll tie one side loosely here, the other side loosely to my spray can, and as a result, with me walking round, it should hopefully get the perfect circle. Let's find out. Right, here, right, 1 meter. With the can now attached, it turns out that my plan was actually working. I know I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. Well, I don't know about you, but I think I've just made a perfect circle. And that went a lot easier than I thought. How about that? Now, the eagle-eyed viewer here will notice if you cut a piece of string at 1 meter and then tie knots, chances are it's not going to finish at 1 meter. Instead, it's probably going to finish at, well, about 70 centimeters. So it looks like I've done this completely wrong. Eager to fix my mistake, I tie a longer piece of string and work my way round. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be going as smooth.
Oh, it's come undone.
And it doesn't do it just once. With daylight fading quickly, I rush a little bit, and, well, a few things get in the way of my spray.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Problem solved. The light was starting to fade fast now, so I needed to get this finished pretty pronto. I did the lines for the bit towards the deck, and then 90 centimeters later, I did the second set of lines. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now behind me, you can see it's starting to take shape. It's amazing just how easy it is to spray it out and get an idea of how it feels. The cool thing is now is I can walk through this, see if this angle is perfect for me, if the circle's wide enough, and get a real feel for it. And that's the best thing about gardening, is watching it start to come to life. So let me go test out, see if this works for me. After a late night and some hard work today, it was only fair I had a well-deserved lay-in. Kinda. Good morning. It is 4 a.m, so it's a bit of an early one. And when I'm not gallivanting in, garden parties and award ceremonies, unfortunately I have to do my day job. Now, my normal delivery driver isn't feeling very well. So I'm going to have to take over for him today. That's the joys of being a business owner. You're never quiet. I've got 4 destinations to do today. I've got Bath, then to Brighton, then to Oxford, and then to Milton Keynes, and then home. Fingers crossed I should be able to get home by about 3, 4. We will see, won't we? Also, I'm pretty sure that Oxford's on the way to Bath. After quickly checking my map, it was in fact correct that I would be driving directly past the first place in order to get to Bath. So I stopped there and dropped off the first set of oak. 1 down, 3 to go. One thing that no one really talks about, especially when they start doing this kind of thing, is getting recognized. And one of the things I find rather interesting is just how people approach it. There's some people who will just say, oh, you're gardening with Ish. They never say Ish, always gardening with Ish. There's other people who just look at me and go, aren't you that gardening bloke? And I go, yeah, I guess so. And then there's the favorite one, which is someone who will take their phone, hide it under their arm, and take the world's sneakiest photo. I've never understood why, but it always makes me laugh. Now, I tell a lie. There was one moment that was my favorite, and that's when me and Beth were out and someone came straight up to us and said, excuse me, hope you don't mind. And I did exactly what that guy in Bridget Jones did. And I said, yep, it's me. I'm that guy. And he went, oh, that's lovely, but are you Beth? It can be quite humbling. Now, one of the reasons I don't normally do these deliveries is because once I'm behind a wheel, I become a slight psycho. Oh, okay, don't indicate, I'll just guess where you're going. Well, good news everybody, we're doing 12 miles an hour because some cyclist has decided to treat the road like centre parks. Go! With sleep deprivation and road rage in full force, I thought it was only fair I stopped and got some breakfast. They should put parking sensors on this thing. I can never figure out if I'm really close or really far away, but I feel like I'm about to hit the verge. Ugh. Close enough.
With food in my belly and a cup of coffee, I was feeling much more refreshed and a little bit more upbeat.
I tell you what, it may have been a cold and dark start this morning, but it's turned out to be an absolutely stunning day. Look at these views. Right, now I've actually done delivery number 2. I just forgot to record it. I was chatting away. And we're halfway. So I'm now on my way to Brighton, which is another 2.5 hours away. So I think I might stop for some lunch.
Since I've been awake since 3 a.m, I felt I deserved proper pub grub.
Well, this looks nice. Let's stop here.
With the lunch destination found, it was only fair I test out my newfound parking skills, which I'm getting better at, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna get this reversing right this time. Come on. I think I've done it.
Do you want me to see you back?
Yeah, am I not quite there yet?
No, not quite.
Ah. I thought I was close.
It turns out I picked lunchtime and it was getting busy and everyone wanted to
Come
help.
this way a bit, you'll avoid the edge of the flower bed.
Oh.
Come
Oh,
out
okay.
around this way.
Okay.
There's a couple of feet here.
He's gone. I might accidentally hit him with the vehicle. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
No worries.
After perfecting my van parking skills, I made my way indoors and realised very quickly that this wasn't just any ordinary pub. It was owned by a very famous car presenter, and you'll never guess which one it was. Keen to beat the lunchtime rush, I ordered myself a burger, and because I was too embarrassed to bring in my tripod, you're about to witness me film food blogger style.
It's quite literally the best burger ever.
Which clearly needed some practice. Nevertheless, I still tried to bag myself a celebrity guest.
Do you reckon James May would be interested in filming an Ish Rates the Dish?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Who's Ish?
Well, hopefully there's no other way they could insult me.
Oh, that's Beth's husband, isn't it?
Having been successfully humbled, but with a full belly, I decided to make my way to the next drop.
Right, Porch Free is now delivered. I have been to Brighton and I'm on my way to Milton Keynes now. So it's 4 o'clock and there's going to be quite a bit of traffic now on the M25. So I'm going to get to Milton Keynes about 7, the truck back to about 8:30, and then get home for about 9. It has been a long, long day.
One thing I failed to mention here was how naive it is when it comes to timing, and unfortunately, the M25 was an extra 2 hours worth of traffic. So I finished the final porch around about 9:30, 10 and started heading home. I was absolutely exhausted. However, this gave me one final chance to brush up on my parking skills.
Nailed it.
Oh, good. I'm bored of pretending to read books.